In 1867, shortly after the American Civil War, General Oliver Otis Howard founded Howard University in Washington, D.C., with the obligation to provide higher education for Black Americans, and today it's one of the most esteemed HBCUs in the United States. Now, there's been a bunch of very notable and famous alumni that have graduated from Howard University, like Chadwick Boseman, Thurgood Marshall, Kamala Harris, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, actually attended Howard University but never graduated. Just a fun fact. Now, 2 years ago, Jordan Brand actually announced a 20-year partnership with Howard University, and this shoe marks the first time an HBCU and Jordan Brand collaboration is actually going to be available to the general public. Air Jordan 1 Low OG, Howard University. Now, the shoe is dropping on October 12th for $140 in the United States. I'm glad they didn't jack up the price for the shoe to $150, just like they did with the recent PSG Jordan 1 Low OGs. And the shoe deviates from the player exclusive a little bit, so you see the red that was on the PEs, they replaced it with blue. There's also no official branding for Howard University here, so it's just Nike branding. You wouldn't really know, but the colorway is pretty obvious. It is for Howard University. Now, we've seen other Howard University Jordan Brand PEs before, like the Jordan 6 PEs. Jason Tatum wore a PE, the Tatum 1s. That actually looked really, really nice. Loved that colorway. I wish it would have come out. We also had a Jordan 23 PE that was absolutely scrumptious and delicious. I wish, just in general, they would bring back the 23s. That's one silhouette along with the Jordan 20s that I think they should really bring back and start hammering it down our throats, because I want them. And first impressions of this Jordan 1 Low OG, Howard University. I love it. I love the colors on this shoe. Blue, white, and red. It is just such a good combination. I really like how this shoe looks. Is it as good as the PEs that Howard University got? I think those were slightly better. I think that's kind of the point though. Otherwise, kind of weird if you are a player and you get a PE and then the general release is better than what you got. So it kind of makes sense. I still think this general release looks really good. Maybe like 10 years down the line, we might get that PE available to the general public. But as of now, this is nice. This is really nice. And the upper of the shoe, it is completely leather. And the leather, it is actually pretty nice, especially on these overlays. Overall, the quality for a Jordan 1 Low, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. You can see the texture on the overlays. I like that. It's not like overly done where it looks kind of weird. So I do really like that. And the movie Umta tongue, a pretty standard nylon tongue with the Nike Air on the top. And that red Nike Air branding, that looks so good. Really like how that pops against the rest of the shoe. However, the tongue itself, it does come in that kind of pinkish red hue that some Jordan 1s have been coming with. Don't particularly love that. Kind of wish it was just like a white tongue, something a bit more standard, but it's pretty subtle, so not a huge deal breaker. And speaking of the tongue, one difference between an OG Jordan 1 Low versus a non-OG is that the tongue for an OG is just more subdued. It doesn't come out and protrude as much. It also has Nike Air branding instead of Jumpman branding. And overall, the shape of the Jordan 1 Low OG is just slightly slimmer and it looks better in my opinion. I haven't gotten a non-OG Jordan 1 Low for a very long time. I think just in terms of the shape and how it looks, I just prefer the OG version of the shoe. And then this shoe also comes with one extra set of laces. It is in the navy color. I think both are pretty nice. These off-white type of laces I think look really good out of the box. But the blue laces, they work just as well. I do kind of wish they gave us red laces as well, just to kind of complete all three colors on this shoe. But yeah, out of the two, can't really choose. They both look pretty delicious on this shoe. Now, one of the differences between an OG versus an 85 cut Jordan 1 Low is that on the 85 cut, you get 8 eyelets. That's how the shoe originally came with back in 1985. But now the OGs only have 7 eyelets, unless you're special like Travis Scott. He gets 8 eyelets on his Jordan 1 Lows. And moving on to the booty of the shoe, of course, a Wings logo on the heel tab. Non-OGs have the heel tab on the heel counter. This is an OG, so it's on the heel tab itself. And the Wings logo is actually embroidered, so that looks nice. It's not like printed, kind of cheap feeling, so I do like that. And on the shoe also, you get a little mini swoosh at the top of the toe box. Usually I don't love adding like mini swooshes or like 2 swooshes or like 2 pull tabs on shoes. I just feel like it's a little bit too much. However, this little red embroidered stitched swoosh, and it goes well with the shoe. I don't mind it at all. Maybe my mind is starting to change because yeah, I like it. I really do. Now, the Jordan 1 Low OG comes with a rubber cup sole with a Nike Air unit on the heel, and the sole, it is sail. Yes, it is sail. However, the sale is actually pretty subdued, not as like creamy or yellow as they put on some shoes. So even though I would have preferred if it was just white on the sole, the sale is a bit more tamed. It's a bit more controlled, so I'm not going to complain too much. And of course you get that Jordan 1 rubber outsole, just in blue, very, very beautiful. And the concentric circle pattern, if you're wondering, that was originally on the Air Force Ones. And that concentric circle pivot pattern was so basketball players could pivot more easily. They do that movement quite a bit and eventually found its way onto the Jordan 1. So yeah, iconic outsole. And the insole of the shoe, it is just a generic insole. Yeah, not great quality on a shoe that's not exactly known for comfort. And the box of the shoe, a standard Jordan 1 box. Now moving on to sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Jordan 1 low OGs. I stick true to size. If you don't have wide and flat feet, you might be able to go down half a size. There's not as much padding around the ankles and inside the shoe as like a Jordan 1 high. But for me, as a wide footer, I stick true to size. Fits me pretty well in terms of comfort. Very old shoe, very flat to the ground. The insoles are not very good, so that doesn't really help. Casual use, you won't have too many problems with it, but it's just a very aged shoe, and you can definitely feel it. And that brings the total sole score of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Howard University to 30 out of 40. Pretty good score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I really like these colors on the Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette. I think it works really well. It looks very nice. A white base sneaker with this navy and red. Ooh, it is delicious. When I first saw images of the shoe, I was like, I can feel the sneaker hormones rising again. I like it. And in terms of the materials, a pleasant surprise here. I'm not gonna say it's like super premium, but this is how they poison you. Jordan Brand specifically. They poison you to expect just like average or cheap materials on a Jordan 1 Low OG so many times that this is a pleasant surprise. It's pretty nice. It's not super thin, so it doesn't feel like super flimsy and cheek. You can see and feel the texture on the overlays. And overall, I think for a Jordan 1 Low OG, yeah, it's got some nice materials. And in terms of the comfort of the shoe, it's very old. Very, very old. Super low to the ground. Almost feel like you're just walking directly on the ground with maybe like a few pieces of cardboard. But it is a shoe from before I was even born, so definitely don't expect the best technology, the best comfort. If you're looking for like a super, super comfortable shoe where you're walking on like clouds and feathers and sunshine, the Jordan 1 Low OG definitely isn't it for you. And in terms of the versatility of this shoe, I think the Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, arguably the most versatile and wearable sneaker ever, maybe even more than the highs, because I feel like most people in general, if they're not a sneakerhead and they don't care about sneakers, they do prefer low top shoes, and this is so timeless. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, again, a majority white sneaker, the blue and the red, very, very standard colors. Even if you have no association with Howard University, even if you don't even know this is a Howard University colorway, I still think it's very wearable. So often we see very delicious Michelin star rated player exclusives that are never made available to us. We just kind of sit there with envy and just wondering, why can't they just give that as a general release? Now, even though this shoe is slightly different to the PEs that we saw earlier this year, I think this is still a very, very nice shoe. So that's it. Thanks for watching. So inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Howard University. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.